Hello and welcome back. I'm Holly and you're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney. This is the Mid-Market Pulse. Let's get started with the mid-market commentary for today and see how the ASX 200 traded by lunchtime. The Australian stock market continued to trade higher by the afternoon, reclaiming 7,000 level amid strong buying interest in energy, utilities, realty and industrial stocks. Stepping 3-session losing streak, the domestic stock market ASX 200 is trading up by 48 points or 0.69% at 7,031. On the sectoral front, 9 of 11 sectors are trading in green, barring healthcare and information technology. The energy index is the top performer, surging 1.75%, followed by A-REIT, energy, telecommunications services, consumer discretionary, utilities, consumer staples, industrials, among others. Healthcare and information technology are the worst performing sectors. Earlier today, the ASX opened higher by 24 points or 0.34% to 7,006.70 after Wall Street settled with robust gains. The market remained under pressure this week as investors remained concerned that potential rises in US inflation may force Federal Reserve to raise rates sooner than expected. For now, however, inflation worries seem to have taken a back seat. And now for the gainers and losers. Whitehaven Coal is the top gainer on the ASX, rising 8.76% to 1,365, followed by Perenti Global Limited, which rose nearly 7% after declining over 27% in the previous session. Among the others, Breville Group Limited, Treasury Wine Estates and Champion Iron Limited are among the notable gainers. Meanwhile, some of the worst performing shares are Xero, Pilbara Minerals Limited, Linus Corporation Limited, NRW Holdings Limited, and EML Payments Limited. And now moving on to the shares in the news. First up, the Health and Plant Protein Group Limited said in an exchange filing for the first time, its Royal Hawaiian Orchids brand has become the market share leader across all branded macadamia nuts in the USA. As per the company, people increasingly are adopting plant-based foods in their routine diet for nutrition and dietary sake, and this is what has boosted the product's sale. Also, the company has announced it has appointed Nikki Anderson as a non-executive director and chair of HPP effective May 17, 2021. The Health and Plant Protein Group Limited is trading at 0.250 per share on the ASX. And Aldoro Resources Limited has announced that it's set to initiate a high-impact drilling program at the Namdi Nipki project. The company has secured a diamond drilling contractor, expected to be on site in June. Aldoro Resources Limited shares were spotted trading at 0.330 Australian. And online personnel lender Harmony Corp Limited shared it has delivered its highest ever originations in the whole history. The company shared its origination volumes for April have bounced back by more than 800% on the previous corresponding period, which was hugely impacted by COVID-19 pandemic. Harmony Corp Limited on the ASX was seen trading at 1.700 per share. And Strike Energy Limited has announced its commitment to net zero scope 1 and 2 emissions by 2030. The company intends to rely on its integrated downstream strategy to fulfill its commitment. Strike Energy Limited shares were trading at 0.370 Australian. And Synlait Milk said that it has finance chief Angela Dixon has resigned. The company has now appointed Rob Stowell, supply chain general manager, as interim CFO. Blackstone Minerals Limited on Friday announced that the priority offer to its shareholders was now open under the initial public offering of its wholly owned subsidiary, Chondrus Minerals Limited. And Avita Medical reported a decline in its quarterly net loss to $6 million from $15 million a year ago, after revenue surged to $8.77 million from $3.9 million. And Tempus Resources said that it has closed the non-brokered private placement announced on the 23rd of April 2021. And now moving on to see how the global market rebounds on Friday. On the global front, Asian markets were trading mostly higher, tracking positive closing of US markets in an overnight trade. The Japanese Nikkei 225 is the best performer in the Asia-Pacific region, rising 1.3%. It is followed by the Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index, trades which traded higher by 0.4%. Meanwhile, New Zealand's benchmark S&P NZX 50 rises by 0.3%, and China's Shanghai Composite trades 0.07% higher. Among others, Taiwan's Taiwan Weighted Index is up around 2%, while Korean's KOPSI also climbs by 0.5%. Commodity markets trades on weak note. Oil prices edged lower today, with Brent crude futures trading 0.48% lower at $66.75 a barrel, and US West Texas Intermediate futures were falling by 0.36% to $63.57 a barrel. In the bullion market, spot gold price was down by 0.13% to $1,824.30 an ounce, pairing early gains. In the overnight trade, gold prices rose as ease in the US Treasury yields helped the yellow metal to gain some ground. Bitcoin slips below the $50,000 mark, while Dogecoin rises over 8%. Bitcoin nosedived as low as 47,150 overnight, when Tesla CEO Elon Musk said that the largest automaker would not be accepting Bitcoin as payment anymore because of its high energy use. The sentiment was further dented by reports that the US Justice Department is investigating crypto exchange Binance. The digital currency is currently trading at 1.25% lower. Meanwhile, Bitcoin Doge price rallied over 8% in the last 24 hours to 0.476. After Coinbase revealed its plan to add meme-based cryptocurrency to the US cryptocurrency exchange's offerings. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching Kalkine TV as we bring you the latest news and trending market updates live from Sydney. This is Holly Shields signing off.